Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Randana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Randana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Randana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Randana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Pimarande. Jayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Pri Vrajagacharya Stotra Satya Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charan Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandiviti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtana Ki Grantaraj Mad Bhagavatam Ki Dainitai Gaur Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to see Guru and to see Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada Ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Daksurandiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Scha Hai Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sukti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. And before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara, Narayan Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayasha badreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati tamasloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swastayanam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God as Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Sarabhyaya Namaha Om Sarabhyaya Namaha Om Sarabhyaya Namaha Mukam Karoti Vasalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yadkripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Yadkripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our morning discourse on Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 19 of the first canto, chapter entitled The Appearance of Shukadeva Goswami. And although it's not on the board today, our board writer is on parikrama. We are doing text
38.
Yes, 38. 38, 39, and 40. 40 has no purport. Well, actually, 38 also has no purport. So we will do all three. 39 has a purport. So text 38. Yach Shrotavyam Atho Japyam Yat Kartavyam Nribihi Prabho Smartavyam Vajaniyam Va Bruhi Yad Va Viparyayam Yat Shrotavyam Atho Japyam Yat Kartavyam Nribi Prabho Smartavyam Bhajanyam Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam Yat Kartavyam Nribi Prabho Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam
Yashrotavyam matho japyam
Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam
kartavyam nribhi prabho
Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho
smartavyam bhajaniyam va
Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va
bruhi yadva viparyayam
Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam
Yashrotravyam atho japyam
Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam
Yatkartavyam nribhi prabho
Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho
Smratavyam bhajaniyam va
Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va
Bruhi yadva viparyayam
Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam
Yashrotavyam matho japyam
Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam
kartavyam nribhi prabhu
Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho
smartavyam bhajaniyam yamba
Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va
bruhi yadva viparyayam
Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam
Yashrotavyam atho japyam
Yat Shrotavyam Mato Japyam
Yatkartavyam nribhi prabho
Yat Kartavyam Nribhi Prabho
Smartavyam bhajaniyam va
Smartavyam Bhajaniyam Va
Bruhi yadva viparyayam
Bruhi Yadva Viparyayam Yat whatever Shrotavyam worth hearing Atho thereof Japyam chanted Yat what also Kartavyam executed Nribihi by the people in general Prabho O Master Smartavyam that which is remembered Bhajaniyam,
Bhajaniyam,
worshipable,
worshipable,
Va,
Va,
either,
either,
Bruhi,
Ruhi,
please explain,
please explain,
Yadva,
Yadva,
what it may be,
what it may be,
Viparyayam,
Viparyayam,
against the principle.
against the principle.
Translation without purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki. Please let me know what a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what he should not do. Please explain all this to me. Kindly repeat after me. Please let me know
Please let me know
what a man should hear,
what a man should hear,
chant,
chant,
remember, and worship,
remember and worship,
and also what he should not do.
and also what he should not do.
Please explain all this to me.
Please explain all this to me.
Text 39. Nunam Bhagavato Brahman
Nunam Bhagavato Brahman,
Griheshu Griha Medhinam
Greshu Grehamedhina,
Nalakshate Yavasthanam
Nalakshyate Yavasthanam,
Abhigo Dohanam Kvachit.
Apigo Dohanam Kvachit.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. O powerful Brahmana, Hare Krishna. That's okay. It's spontaneous. O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the houses of men long enough to milk a cow. Purport. Saints and sages in the renounced order of life go to the houses of the householders at the time they milk the cows. Also in the morning, early in the morning, yes, early in the morning, and ask some quantity of milk for subsistence. A pound of milk, fresh from the milk bag of a cow, is sufficient to feed an adult with all vitamin values. And therefore, saints and sages live only on milk. Even the poorest of the householders keep at least 10 cows. Wow.
We are below poor.
This purport was written some few years ago.
Yesterday we were speaking about this. Prabhupada writes, I just
Even,
report over there.
but actually that's how it was, yeah. Even the poorest of the householders keep at least 10 cows, each delivering 12 or 20 quarts of milk. And therefore, no one hesitates to spare a few pounds of milk for the mendicants. It is the duty of householders to maintain the saints and sages, like the children. So a saint like Shukadeva Goswami would hardly stay at the house of a householder for more than 5 minutes in the morning. In other words, such saints are very rarely seen in the houses of householders. And Maharaj Parikshit therefore prayed to him to instruct him as soon as possible. The householders also should be intelligent enough to get some transcendental information from visiting sages. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market.
We are talking about
That should be the reciprocal relation between the saints and the householders. And the last verse of the chapter and the last verse of the canto, text number 40, which doesn't have a purport. Sutta Uvacha
Sutta Uvacha
Evam Abhashita Prishta
Evam Vashita Prishtha
Sad Sarajna Shlakshnaya Gira
Saranya Salakshya Gira
Pratyabhasata Dharmagno
Pratyabhasata Dharmagyo
Bhagavan Badarayanihi.
Bhagavan Badarayanihi.
Translation: Sri Sutta Goswami said, the king thus spoke and questioned the sage, using sweet language. Then the great and powerful personality, the son of Vyasadeva, who knew the principles of religion, began his reply. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Shukadeva Goswami, end of the first canto. So, Srila Shukadeva Goswami has made his appearance, and Parikshit Maharaj has greeted him very appropriately, very nicely, glorifying him, and begging him, actually begging him, yes, to show the way for perfection for all persons, and especially for those who are about to die. What a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what we should not do. And of course, the purport in relation to the before last statement, well, the last statement actually of Shukadeva Goswami. O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the houses of men long enough to milk a cow. Now sadhus don't visit householders because nobody has cows, practically. But this is nicely explained how sadhus, saintly persons in the Vedic culture, they are compared here to as like children. Children are meant to be maintained naturally by the parents, and saintly persons actually not only, well, those in the three ashrams, brahmachari, vanaprastha, and sannyas, their main focus is meant to be on spiritual activities, and it's a very big responsibility actually on the part of the householders. They're meant to support and maintain all those who are thus on the path of renunciation. When we study this culture, it's actually very, very wonderful culture where everyone, it's like, including householders, because it's also ashram, grihastha ashram. I mean, it's very clearly, it's obvious, it should be obvious. It is obvious. The whole Vedic culture puts emphasis, importance on ashram. Ashram is that place where one is cultivating spiritual life means that is meant to be the primary goal and objective for all members of society. That's the meaning of actual culture, Vedic culture. um, Prepares individuals from the very beginning of life till the very end of life. One of the verses here mentioning how what we should do and what we should not do. So therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining there are two paths that one should know the difference. What are they called? Not coming to mind. Pravritim cha nivritim cha. Yeah. Pravritim cha nivritim cha. Janana vidur asura. Those who don't know the difference between what is to be done and what is not to be done, they are in the category of asura. Asura means contaminated, impure consciousness. Na socham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Na socham, unclean. Na socham na pichacharo, no proper achara, behavior, no proper no proper interaction with others, and nasatyam, not truthful as well. So truthfulness, satyam, satyam daya tapasucham, truthfulness, the first of the four principles of dharma. So whole Vedic culture, naturally, which is known as Sanatan Dharma, following the principles of Sanatan Dharma. The principles of Sanatan Dharma is what characterizes an advanced civilization. Actual civilization means that is also known as Arya civilization. Advanced, actual advanced civilization means following dharma. So here it mentions how it's like saints, even to this day. I met actually a few such saints who, for the last 30 years, only drinking milk, living on milk. There are still, so that means that householders don't have to worry so much. As Prabhupada mentioned, 1 quart of milk, a liter of milk, whatever, 2 liters of milk.
Where was this, Maharaj?
Huh?
Where was this? Which place
With,
you found such sadhus?
I think it was right here in Mayapur one time, and when I was in one Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela is the place to find more than one such sadhus, but it's quite rare. There are such sadhus who drink only milk. And of course, now is the first day of Bhishma Panchaka, so I'm sure some devotees might be following that, because it's a little difficult to completely fast. Maybe 1 day Nirjal is okay, 2 days possibly, but 5 days is also possible, but a little bit. Impossible. Nearly impossible. Nearly impossible, huh? Yeah. So Vedic culture, yes, teaches us how to minimize and how to reduce. Initially, especially because we are, due to the influence of the modes of material nature, we are addicted in so many ways. So one first begins to regulate the activities of sense gratification, and then through this regulation we are meant to minimize activities of sense gratification to the point of eventually stopping completely all activities of sense gratification. Um, and this is nicely, uh, actually, I was reading how for this 5-day period of Bhishma Panchaka, some people follow this for the whole month, of course. They avoid grains. Uh, just like today's Ekadasi and on Ekadasi at least twice a month. And I think maybe once a year there are 3 Ekadasis. Um, where one completely fasts from grains because grains um, require more energy. And they give, I suppose, more energy, but they require more energy to digest. And therefore, when one fasts from grains, if one takes only fruits or if one just doesn't take anything, if one actually follows Nirjal Ekadasi, then one um, becomes more alert. One can actually concentrate more on practicing uh, the various activities of devotional service. So um, we are, it's a little bit shocking, I suppose, to hear this statement, but we are reminded how when how the Vedic culture was actually followed not so long ago, where even, as Prabhupada mentions, even the poorest of the householders uh, would keep 10 cows. What to speak of those who were not poor. Uh, I remember I didn't see with my own eyes, but I came across people in South India, and I'm sure it's not only in South India, who were mentioning, yes, when I was young, my parents used to have, we had 20 cows, 30 cows. It was like not at all uncommon. And nowadays, people have not only less, but have no in so many.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
Livestock.
Yeah, and now people have moved to shares stock.
Share stock, from livestock to share stock, yes.
Instead of having a real live cow, they have a dead cow
On their plate.
on their plate.
Yes. Times have changed dramatically, and so this is probably telling here. Sadhus would visit uh, for a very short time, just early in the morning like this. And Prabhupada mentions how uh, householders, therefore, uh, they are highly recommended to take advantage of the short visits of such sadhus so as to, how does Prabhupada say it? To deal or interact with such sadhus to kind of try and extract some kind of good instructions um, for their for their personal um, life. Yes. And Prabhupada concludes how, yes, there should be reciprocal relation between the saints and householders. Of course, in the Vedic culture, just like Parikshit Maharaj is also a householder, and he is also, of course, a kshatriya. So householders are also meant to be saintly. Uh, generally, we think generally of saints as uh, people in the renounced order, uh, but in the Vedic culture, everyone is expected to be to become a saintly person by following the injunctions of Shastra. So this is the culture that we can only nowadays read about, and the culture that we have been requested by Srila Prabhupada to reintroduce, because it's only in that culture where there's very uh, very healthy and very loving relationship between all members of society, that people can properly uh, advance, uh, especially spiritually, and that is meant to be uh, what is described in the seventh canto: ideal family life, ideal society as well. So Shukadeva Goswami in this way is has set the stage for Shukadeva Goswami to answer the questions, the main question that he is asking, how one should prepare oneself, especially one who is about to leave the body. Yeah. Yeah.
Maharaj, for each of the questions that Parikshit Maharaj presents to Sukdev Goswami, he answers each of those questions, and that's what encompasses the Bhagavatam.
Yes.
And he's specifically asking what a person is about to die should engage in and what he should not do. So, just a curious question came to my mind that in regards to what person is about to die, what he should not do, the proscriptions, the only proscriptions are the description of the hellish planets and the sinful activities that as a section that I can think of, but is there anything else that Sukadeva Goswami anywhere in Bhagavatam mentions specifically what person is about to die should not do? I can't seem to recall.
He should not stop. He should not stop chanting Hare Krishna.
Always remember Krishna, never forget him.
Two golden rules and nectar devotion.
Yes. Um, um, yeah, he should. He should not. Well, depending on his. Because usually people who are on their, we say, deathbed, or yeah, um, physically, usually they cannot do much, anyways. It's only in terms of one's thinking, or what was, or what is on one's mind. So I suppose one should avoid thinking all kinds of things that may be um, like those who are ordinary householders. As Bhagavatam explains, the strongest attachment is family life. So one should not be thinking of whatever is related to family, which is generally a cause of different level of attachment, I suppose. But you mentioned about the hellish planets. I
In
quite
that, all the sinful activities that one should not do have been described as a
R-
section, because
right.
each question of Parikshit Maharaj translated into a particular canto or a section.
Right.
So, as a section, that's the only part where there might be some instructions here and there of what one should not do, what situation. But as a section, that's the only section I can remember where it's
Yeah.
talking about what one should not do in general.
Right. Yes.
Just in the fifth canto before that, there is a forest of the material
Yes,
life or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
That's also a nice description. And the third canto, then
30th chapter, yeah.
so there are different places
Chapters,
which also give one chapter of Natak to do.
What one should not do.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that's right. 30th chapter of third canto also talks about.
Right. Yeah.
So, and many others.
Well, that's what we find also in the nectar of instruction, no? Do's and not do's. Yeah. What to do, what not to do.
And then there's a lot of instructions from Brahmas that we should do, but didn't listen. Usually speaking to Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Nagmuni Angira talking to Chitraketu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maharaj, why? What is in the mind of Parikshit Maharaj when he put these questions, and then he mentioned that, O powerful Brahmana, you hardly stay in the house of a man long enough to milk a cow. It looks like he's thinking on something, but not directly telling what he's thinking on. He's afraid of not get full answer. It's too short. Would be the time when Shukadev Goswami stays with him.
There is mention about, I think the purport, about the time factor. Yeah, in the purport, Prabhupada mentions that Maharaj Parikshit therefore prayed to him to instruct him as soon as possible.
Yeah, but looks like
To me, it seems that because seems like Sukadeva Goswami don't stay more than a few minutes, and he is requesting him to instruct him for next 7 days.
More than
He's-
5 minutes.
Yes. So in that way, he is making a humble appeal that though you don't give much association to worldly people, please be kind.
yeah, looks like that is a request of, please, my Guru Maharaj, stay with me
For next 7 days.
7 days, not just a few
Few minutes.
Right.
minutes.
Yeah. So he was making this point that usually sadhus only spend a short time with the householder. I'm a householder, but I'm about to die. Please stay longer.
That's one thing.
Right, correct.
Looks beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it brings up the whole aspect of Vedic culture where generally sadhus stay for a very short time and only visit as mentioned here, and therefore he's making that humble request. Yeah. to stay until he actually leaves. And of course, sadhus, when just like in preaching, when we come across a receptive person, then we are happy to spend time with someone who is open and receptive, because it's quite rare to find. Of course, Prabhupada at one point, when in the context of book distribution, Prabhupada said something else. What will your 5 minute, discourse? You distribute books,
Distribute the
yeah,
books. Change his life. Reads one line.
right? Because I'm sure we've all had similar experience on book distribution. We do meet people who start asking all kinds of questions.
You want to take a book?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You invest 30 minutes and they're like, okay, Hare Krishna.
Right. Thank you.
Maharaj, from the time of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, when he started the mass preaching, we see that leaders, sadhus, have not really such a time which was before. Earlier, there was that like someone was really interested for spiritual advancement, went to a sadhu and he stayed in the ashram or stayed around and have many days, many years to inquire. And then there was a nice sadhu sangha for a long time for the disciples.
Mm.
But it's changed. And definitely when Srila Prabhupada started his movement, he spread so much and so many persons came to inquire that actually very quickly these persons who was ready to teach them, they run out of their time to give one person. And then in this situation, how could one who is seriously inquiring for advancement and have no uh, guru who can be with him, except a few who is, so fortunate and can serve that guru for long term. But what can these persons really uh, get? How Krishna plans for their advancement if their guru is not able to give such an explanation as Shukadev Goswami gave to Parikshit Maharaj?
Well, that's a very exceptional situation in terms of Shukdev Goswami spending, um, you know, that quality time, 7 days, completely absorbed in a whole exchange. Um, Present day situation um, is in many ways uh, a very emergency situation where there's a need, that the whole population is totally uh, misdirected, and that's one aspect. The other aspect is that these transcendental literatures are representing directly, isn't it, Guru? Uh, they are these books. Um, if we um, read, study, discuss the content of these books, then we are nourished. We are nourished. One devotee, when Prabhupada was leaving, Prabhupada had been, as we know, in Montreal for 3 months or so to get visa, and of course it was wonderful for those devotees who were at the Montreal temple. Then the time was coming, things got cleared up. Prabhupada got a visa, whatever, he had to leave. And then one devotee had expressed something similar to what you're mentioning now, that Prabhupada, you've been with us for the last three. What are we going to do? You're not going to be with us now. You're going. And then Prabhupada, I think, had written a note or a letter saying that you're chanting the holy name, I'm chanting the holy name. We will never, in this way, we will be, united in our efforts to chant the holy name, and our efforts also to spread the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is also connected with, Vapu and Vani. I mean, most disciples of Srila Prabhupada didn't have uh, very close physical association with him, even at that time. So we should not overly lament um, that because of the context in which we find ourselves. It's an international movement, and there's those who are generally preachers, especially those who are who have taken up that responsibility of being gurus, many of whom, most of whom are sannyasis. Business of sannyasis is to travel. And maybe down the line, when things are a bit more settled, now the situation is very much, on the verge of erupting in so many ways. So we have to learn to um, take advantage of other devotees, other Vaishnavas, even though our own spiritual master may not be physically present. But he is present through through his instructions, and that's a whole dimension which is especially emphasized in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, isn't it? Uh, Learning to serve in separation, learning to serve in physical separation from the spiritual master, and that's. I mean, it's hard enough to learn to serve in direct association, because very often we don't do that properly, and it's even more of a challenge to learn how to serve in separation, in physical separation, uh, because what will remain, what is always present, are the instructions, the mood, um, and the mission actually of Guru. So we need to learn to serve on that level. Yes.
You were talking about emergency.
Emergency. Yes.
So then, in my mind, it completely it clicked as Mayday, 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 Mayday.
Mayday, mayday. Oh, mayday, mayday. Yes, yes. Right. Yes. Well, it is like that. There's a lot of maydays around. Yes. Yes. Uh, uh,
Yes, I, for example, heard that young sannyasi, I think maybe you know, anyway, the name slipped out, but he just got sannyas, Indian Buddhist sannyasi in Manor, got this for anyway, super what it was earlier.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I'm not informed.
So he just shared that in his waiting list, because he didn't start it to initiate, but his waiting list is 1,000 persons approached him, want him to be guru,
right.
and he didn't start it yet to initiate.
Right.
So in 6 months, when somebody understood that he will give initiation, 1,000 persons approached him officially, please, as soon as you are initiate, accept me.
Right. Right.
And it's just the beginning. So if you continue live for 20, 30, 40 years,
Right.
that means I can't imagine how one person can deal with such an amount of disciples. How can help what is the system, how Krishna is.
How does Krishna deal with
Yeah.
all the living
How
entities?
Krishna inspires so many persons to ask him what he should do. Of course, it's not my problem.
Mark, I think you have elaborated on this point many times before, but the other days you were explaining that Srila Prabhupada himself did not meet Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur many
Yeah.
times, but his spiritual masters spoke through him on even after his departure through other agencies, like when he was living in Vrindavan, traveling to Delhi, he was requesting the printer in Delhi to give him some loan, allow him to print on that, and there was paper scarcity, all that. And the printer said something very interesting to Prabhupada. He says, "Why are you writing this periodicals? You should publish books." And when he heard that, he's like, "Oh, this is my spiritual master directly instructing me." So I'd say it's more about how we are synced with the mood
How
of the
you
spiritual.
how you take it in which ways?
How to?
How you take it in like which perspective you take
Then
it.
every element, every atom is actually talking to us every point in time.
Every atom. Wow.
For those who are able to see it.
Yeah, right. One devotee, one of my godbrothers, actually, in the context of Srila Prabhupada's recent, celebration of his 48th anniversary disappearance, Siddhanta Prabhu came out with a video.
Series memo.
Yeah, well, he came out with a special one for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought together. It's a 1 hour. Somebody just sent it to me a few days back. And there's one. I forget the name. One of Prabhupada's disciples who was present. He chose about 10 or 12 devotees who had very personal, close contact, especially in the last days and the last months. And so one devotee was mentioning how this point that what to do when Prabhupada will not be there to guide us. And he's relating that Prabhupada told that I will be there for those sincere devotees. I will come in dream. In dream. In dream. I will instruct in dream. Because that happens actually. We have, something. No, it's a bona fide way in which one receives instructions at times. And just like I was hearing one of my god sisters, no, another one actually, mentioning how when the more we become absorbed, the more we remain absorbed in preaching activities and in following the orders of of the spiritual master, and the more we endeavor to execute the mission, the more we do that, then there's more chances that Prabhupada's instruction to be Krishna conscious 24 hours means also when we're sleeping. So that means that there's more opportunity, more chances that we also will be connecting with something or other in our dreams, because our dreams generally reflect what our thought pattern. And of course, unfortunately, we carry a lot of thought patterns from long time before, but and I suppose that's one reason why we should be more like intensifying our present activities, our present thinking, feeling, and willing. Those are the activities of the mind. So that the more we do this in our daily activities, then the more chances are that at nighttime we will be remembering or doing, or we'll find ourselves in some kirtan or whatever. There's all kinds of things that are there.
This is a video of Gopal Krishna Maharaj during his last days, where he's sleeping at night and he's
Ah,
offering arti.
yeah, correct. Right. Ordinary people, when they dream, very often they are described as nightmares. Nightmare. But a devotee should have like the opposite, you know. He should be
Krishna.
Merry night.
Christian. Yeah. Right. It's like, you know, most people nowadays, um, they like in the Western countries, they need to take pills, what they call sleeping pills. Sleeping pills. If they don't take the sleeping pill, they can't sleep. That's why it's called a sleeping pill.
Sometimes they overdose and they die.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
And I can always keep sleeping.
yes.
And I think one more possibility is like-minded devotees, little groups, they come together and they discuss whatever
Yes.
they would put to the guru.
Yes.
They discuss that same topic and research together
Yes.
from the guru's book, from the guru's previous instructions, from podcasts are also available nowadays. So
Yes. Yes.
it's generally not very special questions we have. We have questions which others also have. So and some already got the answers we can share.
Yes. Yes.
So in these little groups would have a lot.
Yes. Yes. Istagosi. Istagosti type. I mean, like-minded persons coming
It's
together.
prasangam it's called in Shastra.
Okay.
As Kapiladev explains it.
Mm.
The devotees comes together
Yes.
in the 25th chapter of that canto 25th.
Canto.
25th chapter, third canto. He speaks of how to come out from Maya.
Okay.
And there is a explanation the different guru's instruction have to follow, and then next he says that
Discuss.
like-minded devotees association helps
Yes.
because it gives answers for many
Yes.
questions.
Yes. Yes. Well, that is the first of the 5 most important sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, nama
Yeah.
kirtan, bhagavata sravana, mathura vasa sumokila. Jai Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Mataji, welcome. Hare Krishna. You came back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
You were
By
gone
your
for.
mercy, I am back, Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Welcome. Okay.